What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. Good afternoon. And I want to say that I don't know how to do the thumbnail on this yet. I'm still not in frame. The thumbnail that's showing for this, because I'm on the StreamYard thing again, and I don't know how to. Somewhere I missed a step, so that what I'm talking about will be my thumbnail or whatever picture I pick. So at some point I pick this picture, but that's not what I want to use for this stream. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Only problems know me, dude. Only problems know me. That's my life. And on my devices, I look blurry. I don't know if you could see that. It probably won't show. Yeah, you could see. It's blurry. And then it went off, so I don't know. Anyway. So do check in with me and let me know if I'm distorted in any way on your end. Let me know. Let me see who's here. I want to shout out Chocolate Rhythm. Shout out to you. Angeline R. Shout out to you. Original Jewess. Good to see you. Black Beauty always. Jedi and the Black Family. Yes. I'm not going to really wait because I have to do this between prayers. So we just had Zuhur. And so Asr, I think, is in. We got a little bit of time. Let me see. Yeah, we got a little time. Okay. First things first. I want to say that for any of you guys that saw my my cooking video, that was spontaneous, and I wasn't. I don't hate it, but I'm not completely pleased with it because it was. I never used the back camera on any of my devices because I can't see me, and I need to see what perspective I have of anything that I'm filming. So I usually have it where I'm looking at the screen, but that wasn't possible for that video. So most of the video, I'm thinking I'm looking right in the camera. I'm looking right in the camera. I'm thinking y'all can see my cabinets and all that. And it was just like, nah, but I wasn't going to release it. Man. But it was so much work. And I just thought, whatever. I have to release it, you know, because I don't know when I'm going to do this again. If I do this again anytime soon, it's probably not going to be pasta, you know. And I'm kind of glad that I did in one regard because it gives me an opportunity to think about it. And what I thought about was that I should start with simple stuff first and then work my way into more complex meals because I don't want to waste my time. And while any cooking is work, you know, so certainly that was work. But, you know, if I'm going to sit and do something really complex, like a full course and things like that, I mean for people to watch it, you know. So it was the perfect video because if I don't get the viewership, then I don't need to do it, you know. I'm me, so I don't need to do anything for me. Everything that I do, I'm doing it for y'all, you know. And you give me a sense of what I need to do or not do by your participation or not, you know. Even yesterday I did a live stream and I didn't do it on this software, this StreamYard thing. I did it on my regular OBS streaming software, and I did that because this is the 9th month, the holy month of Ramadan for Muslims. I try to stay on things that don't upset me, that don't take me out of my character, and keep me peaceful and not ranting. And that video was a video that I did like over 3 years ago. The miracle of the number 19 in the Quran. It is extraordinary. Like, I would be blown away by that even if I was not Muslim, you know. And I wasn't pleased with the viewership on that. All of humanity needs to see it. Certainly my people that follow me. So it was the perfect thing. I thought, well, let me live stream that. But I wish I had been on this software, because when I was done with the video, I could achieve audio. You could hear me, but you just finished watching a video of me not on camera. So now I should come on camera, you know. But I would have needed to end the stream in order for me to come on visually. I was on audio. In fact, my mic was even live. At one point, I just started hearing the feedback. I'm like, what's going on? And then when I realized that, I said, well, let's take a vote, you know. So nobody answered me. So I was over it, you know. And it's interesting because one of the things I say in the video is, first of all, I cited a passage from the Quran for you. And in that video, and I also said to you, this describes you, but it's also a reminder for me, because I have to remind myself that everybody is just not going to hear you. They're not going to hear you, Jedi. They'll listen to you and they just still won't hear you, you know. And that was proven, even though I say it in the video, that was proven by the whole way that stream went. The involvement, the participation or the lack thereof, the voting at the end, you know. This isn't what I came to talk about, but this is coming out of me, so I'm talking about it. But I want to remind my people, everybody, this life is temporary. You're going to be gone. Nobody argues with that. You don't got no comeback for that. There's no comeback. You don't get to top me or beat me on that. There's no opinion, or everybody can believe what they want to believe. There's none of that. I win because it's a fact. We're all leaving this earth. And what I'm endeavoring to do to anyone who's exposed to me on earth is remind you of that, and hopefully inspire you to prepare yourself for that. There's no more time for waffling around and I'm still figuring out, or I'm spiritual and I'm this. You're not. You're either going to hell, or you're going to hell. You're going to hellfire, or you're going to paradise. That's only 2 stations, everybody. That's it. And I love you enough to tell you this. Do you understand? So it'd be very easy for me to come on here and do a bunch of foolishness, you know, just to get clicks and views and all that. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in communicating and the word fails me. I'm trying to put something over to you that is for you, the individual, you personally, that you will contemplate and then make change, or whatever you got to do. Because my fight is in this life and the hereafter. Because I'm fighting in this life. I got to deal with white demons every day, all day, in their society, and the poison that they are on the earth. And then I'm going to get to paradise, inshallah, and my people aren't there. You know, these people are trying to divert you to hell. They don't believe in anything after this life. That's why they act the way they do in this one. People who know there is something after this are a different human being than those who don't believe that. You know, so I wasn't pleased with the interaction in that video. Maybe many of you were just stunned. I don't know. But that information is irrefutable. It's powerful. It's provable. I did my best to take you through it in a way that wouldn't be too cerebral for you. And when I did the video, like I say, it was at least 3 years ago, because that's what it says on the thing. And, you know, and I thought I would redo that yesterday, you know, and then we would maybe have a live discussion after the fact, you know. Shout out to Robert Epps, because he was very engaging, and I felt like we were going to have a really good discussion after, if nobody else but just he and I, you know. But that didn't end up happening because all the technical stuff that I was having, and then the lack of people responding back to me, you know. There's a many a day, today is one of them, where I just wonder, do I need to even do this anymore? You know, because if I'm not making an impact, then I'm wasting my time. And I always tell you, I'm not a man who wastes time on earth. I don't do that. And I don't waste other people's time. Your time is just as valuable as mine, but you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. That's one of the reasons why your habits are what I see from at least just my audience. You don't know that. You think you have forever, and, you know, it won't happen to me. There's somewhere in your psyche that you somehow convince yourself that you're going to live forever. You know, or at the very least, that if I'm not going to live forever, you know, when I die, that'd just be the end of it. You know, you hear people say that, well, it'll just be the end of it. Well, it's not the end of it. That's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. From the moment they put you in that grave, now it all begins. All of it. All of it begins. I need you to really hear that, everybody. I need you to really hear that, because before you even get to fear of God, too many of my people are walking around not fearing the afterlife. You're not even thinking about what's after this. You're so consumed, so transfixed and caught up in this. Everything expresses that. Your materialism, your all of your disobedience, and you know, all the things that are displeasing to the Creator. You know, I came to talk about several things, but among them is this Dwayne Wade's son, because that's what he had, is a son, and so that's a boy, to be clear. But it's another example, another expression of what I just said. Because while I don't say Dwayne Wade is an evil person, you know, I don't know him, and he doesn't owe me money, sadly. But I do think Gabrielle is conniving. That's just my own take of her. I've never seen her. All the years I've seen her with one hairstyle, just one. Just one. There might have been, okay, maybe two, but it's always the same hairstyle. I know she has admitted she has dealt with or still dealing with a lot of psychological stuff. But either way, what I'm trying to get to is that this is an example, a tangible example for you of what I just said to you. These are people that are caught up in this life. They have the big house, they have money, they live in a nice neighborhood, they have fame. And so they can just devote themselves to promoting this sin of homosexuality, this disrespect of God's creation, by proclaiming his creation to be something other than what it clearly is. These are not people that fear Allah in the last day. When you fear, think about just fearing your mama. If you can't get to God, just think about fearing your mama. If you still, if there's still people that fear their parents, even on the earth. I mean, that's even that. People aren't fearing their parents anymore. It's all gone to hell. And for the righteous, those of us who are striving to be righteous on this planet, in this arc of time, it's hell. It's hell. It's hell. It is hell. But this is another example of when you don't have that consciousness, and or, because they're both the same, so it's not really and or, but I'll say and or when you have Christianity, because that's the same as unbelief now, because there's no boundaries with that. No boundaries. This is supposed to be a Christian nation, a Judeo-Christian, whatever that means. All right, it's supposed to be a Judeo-Christian nation. So does this gender nonsense override morality and God, even for Christians? You see, interesting that in Christendom, you know, you go up into a church on a Sunday, you got everything up in there. Women with cleavage down their navel, high heels so high they can't even walk straight. You got the choirs filled with gay people. The pastor is sleeping with half the church, and when you're done with service, you can go get you a pork sandwich or some ribs, some pork ribs or some ham or something in the church. Oh, throughout that Bible thing, we don't, that's something else. We do what we want. But they harp on homosexuality, as they should. But they harp on it as that's the sin. Just that one. Not the fact that you're sitting there in the pew with liquor on your breath. As a child, I just remembered this. As a child, you know, I used to go to church sometimes with my grandmother. My grandmother was on the usher board. She looked so beautiful in her white. And but I mention it now because I remember at some point I was behind the pastor. I don't know how my little pissy butt was up there, but I was. And there was a bottle of, now what I know was vodka sitting under, you know, under the podium. You know, it was, you know, you couldn't see it if you're sitting in the pews or whatever. But I'm just trying to say, man, like, there's no boundary. So in a Christian nation, every sin is being pushed. Every sin is being pushed. And this is the coup de grace, the pièce de résistance for me, is that there's a, you know, America is a very slogan-driven society. White people are slogan-driven. And so, like, they'll follow you to hell on a slogan. Trump could just stand up and say America, and they cheer. You know, 30,000 people he just said that one word. No policy, no anything, just America, and they love that. So they're very slogan driven. But I mention this because we hear them saying, you hear this all the time ad nauseum. You could vomit. You know, you can just do whatever you want to do. And they're always celebrating some sin of somebody doing what they want to do and being themselves. You can do all of that as long as you're not messing up the game. You feel me? As long as you're not messing up the heist, you can do whatever you want. Sure, you can do whatever you want. That doesn't mess with ours. Because if you're really doing what you want, then I'm expressing myself. I'm not paying taxes anymore. I'm being who I am. See how far that gets you. Yeah, I'm being who I am. I don't need a driver's license, which you really don't. I've broken that down in other videos. I don't need to register my car. I don't need to. I'm being myself. And I should be celebrated. Oh, look at the Jedi. He's being himself and doing what he wants to do. You see? They They edge you on as long as it's some nonsense, you see? But let it be something constructive, or dare I say righteous. We can't have that. Then you find out you can't be who you are, who you want to be, and do what you want to do. You find that out very quickly. And this is an extension of that. I ask you now, Dwayne Wade's son is 14 years old. Who's buying his clothes? What job does he work? Where's he work? Where's his check stub? What's he, what? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? He doesn't work. He's 14. He hasn't done anything in life at all, and won't. We can clearly see, and won't need to. I don't know what Dwayne Wade's net worth is, but it's up there, and so is Gabrielle's, and then whatever other auxiliary extension, income they have and things like that. But why this is concerning is because it's another form of extermination, everybody. This is for all these big-nosed people from Poland and Germany claiming they're Jews, and certainly the chosen people. Our Holocaust is ongoing. As I speak, we are currently in a Holocaust. That's the truth. And this is another expression of it. You see, in most cultures, certainly in African culture, certainly in Muslim culture, many cultures, anytime you are blessed with a child, that is a huge blessing. It's a huge blessing to be chosen to bring forth the life of a child. But in most other cultures outside of this demon seat, the gift of a son is seen as something extraordinary and an extra blessing from Allah. As it should. Because the man carries the seed. I've said to you when we've talked about police brutality, one of my concerns with the issue, because remember at one point there was, our sisters will jump up after they've been seduced by the white devil as if we're leaving y'all struggle behind. No. But everybody acknowledges the main target is black males. Our black ass is the main target. Why? Because we possess the seed. We possess the seed. Don't mean nothing without you. But we possess the seed. And they're okay to kill us off because every day they're seducing you into believing that somehow, some white man is attractive. Now, I don't understand how that could ever happen, but that's what they're selling. And they know that they can continue themselves through you. But that black male has got to go. So every angle of attack we're being hit from. And this is just one of them. I maintain and I proclaim homosexuality is anti-African. It just is. It's anti-African. It is not something that's ever been accepted or okay with African melanated black people anywhere on the planet. Just not the thing. It's not of us. It's not of us. And as I've said to you many times in the past, when I've talked to you about being the captain of your vessel and standing at your gate, one of the other reasons why I've expressed this to you, why that's so important, is because you are taking on language, attributes, actions, beliefs, philosophies, and characters that you're proclaiming to be your own. I've given you jealousy even. I've said to you, that's not a natural human emotion. It's not. I maintain that till I die. Jealousy is not a natural human emotion. It is a learned and taught response from white people who are the most jealous thing on planet Earth of everybody. That's a fact. But it's one example of you acting as if something is authentic to you that is not. So you buy into this, even on this, that this is just people are just born gay, and it just is, and it just happens. And I will meet you a quarter of the way to say, I believe this white devil, with all their microbiology and gene therapy and all this, I think that they have found a way to violate the womb of the woman, to feminize the fetus, and then they come forth and proclaim that they were born this way. I can believe it. That does not make it right. You see? And one of the many beautiful things about Islam is, let's say you are an alcoholic, because Islam means submission. That's what you're not doing, and that's what they definitely don't want you to do. They want you submitting, but to them and to society, to the pull of your flesh, the desire of material things, vanity, all these things that mean nothing to your existence. They want you to submit to that, but they don't want you submitting to the divine. They can't have that. Nope. Can't have that. So that, because in Islam, whereas in Christianity, they have you saying that the Lord drank. The Lord, astaghfirullah, the Lord drank. First of all, that wasn't the Lord, and the Lord doesn't drink. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't eat. He doesn't slumber. He doesn't tire. He good. You feel me? But they have you believing that the Lord had to come to earth because you were, I create you, like even your children. We know in our culture, we say, I brought your little ass into this world, I take you out. Done. So the divine can't do that. He has to come down from the arsh and sequester himself into the pathetic thing that is a human body beneath his throne because he loves you to save you. I'll kick your ass into traffic. I'm done. But you believe this. You see, they'll tell you the Lord drank, so you don't feel so bad when you're standing in this is Friday. You'll be in the club tonight, throwing back whatever, because the Lord drank and you're saved, and you'll do it with a crucifix around your neck, a Jesus piece, as they used to say in the 1990s. You see, it's all wrong. But as the prophecy has foretold, that which is wicked will seem normal to them. You're living it. You're living it. You're living it. Then they post this picture of this kid kissing some white demon. So it's double. And I say it's pedophilia. Because why would you post a picture of a 14-year-old doing anything, quite frankly, but certainly even if it was a little boy and a little girl, why would you be posting a picture of them kissing? This is meant to be soft pedophilia, everybody. I don't know if Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle are aware of this. They're probably not, because they're caught up. But it's pedophilia. What reason would anyone have to see that or know that? What? It's a whole sexualizing of the society. But it's also very dangerous with boys, because one of the attributes of males it's kind of like animals. You know, when you have a male dog or a cat or a horse, something like that, they in heat, nothing else is going down till they get it. And men are kind of like that, especially if we're aroused and worked up, gotta get it, like it's going down. It interferes with your thought process. You can't even think really. You've seen To Catch a Predator, Dateline NBC, Chris Hansen. You have somebody drive several hundred miles, think they're going to meet a 13-year-old. What made you drive several hundred miles? A nut. Desire. Do you understand? Why would you drive that far? Why? This is why years ago Eddie Murphy claims he was helping somebody who had car trouble. Yeah, that happened. Picked up some trans something. This was years ago. Why was he out that late perusing? He's got money. You could just call up somebody and say, yeah, get me something over here. Desire. Desire is a very strong thing. I've talked about it a lot over the years. Desire is a strong thing, everybody, and it can be used for good and for bad. Desire. I need you to really contemplate that word. Look it up. You know, whatever you need to do, but desire. It's not, I don't think it's even a mistake that it rhymes with fire, because fire is something. Changed humanity once humans had fire. It's a major thing, fire. Major. Desire is major. Major. So when you have, and I haven't transferred any pictures, so I'm not ready to just choose something and go to it. Let me do this so that we all know what we're talking about. But when you have something like this, because there is a renaissance, a resurgence, if you will, a new promoting of pedophilia in the society, we're hearing about it even more than certainly I've ever heard in my lifetime. And sexual perversion is something that for me is synonymous with white people. You know, growing up, I think, first of all, in my household, I never heard my parents or my siblings or anybody I knew ever talk about gay people, ever. Just, I didn't hear that. And whatever age I was when I knew that that was something, I always thought it was just white people. I just instinctively in my being, I just dismissed that. That's white people. That's it. That was the whole sum total of the subject for me. Done. I'm good. You know, I don't even know when I knew that there was such thing as black people that were supposed to be gay. I don't even know when I knew that. I don't know. I don't know when I knew that. And I immediately associated that, well, that's just white then, you know. And isn't it interesting that everybody that they put before us in the public eye that's black, who's gay, has to have some fake ass white person. I don't know if I'm able to get through this without profanity. I don't know if I can do it. I'm trying. My passion is too much. Anyway, so why is that? So here, even at a 14-year-old, that's why the picture is viral. That's why it's out there. Some demon whispered and said, you should release this, or they're so caught up now, they're on autopilot, thinking they're acting autonomously, but they're serving the white devil. You release this picture of your 14-year-old son, and you carry your son. When a man has a son, your seed, that means you've reproduced yourself. there's a chance for whatever it is that you are bringing forth on the earth to continue to go forward. Your legacy, your wisdom, whatever. But you cut that off when you have your child, when you allow your child to believe some fantasy that can't be real at this stage in their life. I think about me at 14. I can't remember my 14-year-old self. I know I was brilliant, of course, and a model. But other than that, I don't remember. Can't remember anything outside of that. Just not really remembering anything else outside of that. I don't know. I was a model and I was brilliant. That's all I remember. That's all I can remember. But I was dumb and pissy, and I definitely was pissy because I was still waiting to bed at 14. So I was definitely pissy. But I think back to my 14-year-old self, and I don't even have to go back to 14 because I didn't even think about anything sexual or anything like that. That was nowhere in my realm. It certainly would have been spoken. I don't even know when my parents smashed. You know, it just wasn't a part of my world. It just wasn't. And what are you, freshman high school at 14? Was that 14? Okay, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Wait, 17, 16, 15, 14. 14, that's freshman year of high school. I was a freshman in high school at 14. So, no, you know, and so there's a sexualizing of children before they've even experienced sex itself. Like, nah. And no less with a white devil. Because Wanda Sykes, we find out she's lesbian, she's got a white bitch. Michael Sam, it was all this, ooh, Michael Sam came out, he's the first NFL player to, and white devil, right there. Robin Roberts, white bitch. Billy Porter, white devil. Dwayne Wade's son, white demon. I'm trying to find pictures, y'all, because there's a basketball player kid. He's almost as good looking as my nephew. Almost. I gotta transfer these pictures. He comes out, next day you see him with an old white dude. So this is trending. This is on purpose, everybody. This is not happenstance. How does this is anti-African, this whole gay nonsense. It's not African. In fact, I'm going to put a link in the chat at some point before we're done. I haven't even watched it myself. It's one of these forums that they have in Europe. And this is their topic of discussion. They have a full audience and it's a whole thing. And this is their topic of discussion. Is this anti-African? Is it un-African? Let me transfer these. I got to transfer them to my computer so that I'll be able to present them for you. So not only we have to absorb that, but then we have to absorb the interracial bullshit of it. You know, that you're with the murderer of our people. You know, the unresting demon of evil. Okay, there's one. I think I have to, well, I think I need this one too. So let's get it done. Okay, not sure what that was just doing. Wait. I'll have to reset. Do this. Do this. Hit this. I did. I did it. Here we go. All right. I gotta get these over there now. So this is a quiet extermination of our people, everybody. And you've also been seduced into believing you have to say nice things about this pablum. Well, if you're amongst the unrighteous, then you need to keep up that charade. But those of us who are striving to be amongst the righteous will never accept this. Ever. And just as an African man, I'm never accepting it. I don't need to. I don't need to. As I've told you, I have gay people in my family. But this isn't who they are. You know, it's not a thing. I even forget that they exist, quite frankly. But that's how non highlighted it is, you know, like, okay, why are you telling me type thing, like, what I need to know that for? Where am I at? Oh, it's gonna be screenshot. Oh wow, I really got a lot. Okay, well, let's do this. And I think this kid's name was Zion to begin with. Share. And now, you know, the whole world has just picked up this she bullshit. Nah, nigga. As long as you're under my roof, I shot a boy when I made love to your mama. I shot a boy. So nobody's gonna get a chance to turn around and tell me it's actually a girl. And I saw some devil-esque white bitch on something saying the answer now to teach children is to say that sometimes when babies are born, adults make mistakes about whether it's a boy or a girl. That makes me want to just walk out and strangle people on the sidewalk on sight. Because A, you don't get to disrespect the creation of Allah. Like, think about that. Maybe you hadn't thought about it that far. You're disrespecting God. And after God, you're disrespecting the woman. Because if I was a woman and I carried any child to term for 9 months, I dare you to come up to me. I don't know what to do, so let's replace these files. Replace the files in the destination. I don't know. Or do I skip them? Let me decide for each file. I don't know what to do. Whatever. Just if they're not there, I'll skip those. And if they're not there, then you just need to see them anyways. All right, that's how we answer that. If I carry a child to term, morning sickness, swollen feet, all the things that women go through, the whole psychological change, it all changes, man. It all changes. We just see a pregnant woman and that's been so devalued in the society. I shared with you that in Nigeria, for instance, you know how we go up to a woman here, you see a woman is pregnant, you go, oh girl, when you having the baby? You do not do that in Nigeria. It's highly insulting, and they'll probably cuss you out. You're not the family or the father. That ain't none of your business. And she could look like she's ready to bust. That ain't none of your business. None of your business. How dare you ask this question? What is this? I must have saved that for some reason. Not understanding. And then there's another one. I think I have this. And I just thought, you piece of crap, dude. I don't know where it would be. But, aha, Allahu Akbar. This is the thing. First of all, hopefully, I take this not in real time. I don't know. So I can't see when you see it. Just, you're going to have to hear it. Wait. Hear this. I wish you had a visual, though. I could probably send this over. Share. This infuriated me. Because it was also very affirming of what I know to be the truth already in my heart. I know already. Actual size. Come on, switch over. Receive. Send.
At birth as biologically male or biologically female. Instead, use assigned male at birth or assigned female at birth.
Okay, I'm going to let you hear it. Because it's a video. It's going to take forever to transfer. So, I wish you could see this clown, though. I don't know, because I don't know what angle to hold it at, so I know you're seeing it. So we're just not doing that. Oh, maybe I could just at least take a screenshot. That'll be easier to send over more quickly. Oh, I'm already sharing that, so it's gonna have to wait. All right. Excuse me, strike that. All right, just hear this. Hear this. Just picture a thing with some clown-colored hair and some black lipstick, overweight, white, and referring to someone's sex at birth as biologically male or biologically female. Instead, and he's doing quotations when he says, wait, damn it. Male at birth or assigned female at birth. When he's saying biologically male, biologically, like that's quotations now. Like it's ambiguous. We don't know. I can't. Wow. Wallah. It's a good thing I'm not the creator of the heaven and earth, because I would have killed off everybody already. You understand? Everybody got to go. Starting the whole thing over. Hear this.
The emphasis being here on the word assigned, and that it was the doctor who made that decision.
It was
God. The assignment might align with how the person feels about their gender identity, or it may not. An important distinction, because this honors the fact that trans people are who they are.
See, that's the problem right there.
Trick question to exploring gender identity.
That's the problem right there. Yeah. Because I guess that. Oh, wants to exploit a newborn child who is glorious and perfect and just starting their arc of life. He wants to use that to validate his grown, fat, confused ass now. Yeah. Like assigned, like, because so what doctors can just assign you as a pizza. That, I mean, this is where I lose respect for these people. Right. I lose respect. I didn't know I had this. I lose respect. Yeah. Anybody starts at 100 points with me, you got to deduct points on your own ass. So let us understand, there is no assignment. There is a designation, a divine decree. Do you understand? A qadr of Allah. And when a child is born, they're born into their fitra, their natural state of being. And why Allah gives us genitalia is to procreate. That's first of all. And it clearly is a visual identification of which human Allah has sent to earth now. Was it a woman or a man? You see? Don't give me this assignment bullshit. Do you understand? You trying to assign yourself after the fact. Because I'm sure when his powder puff ass was 3, everybody's calling him a little boy and all of that. So it's one thing you want to do something after you're of age and you're an adult and you can do your own deciding, but we're not going to be saddling kids with some ambiguous and nondescript, we don't know until they decide. You're just setting them up for confusion from the beginning. Because when are they supposed to decide that? You feel me? Like, I'm over it, dude. I'm over it. I'm over it. Wow. I'm glad I saved that.
That's biologically male or...
I didn't know that was all there. Because when he finished, I'm like, I think there's more to the video than that. But it was me, and I'm so glad that I did that, because that's my feelings coming right out of me in that moment. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. So let me try and set this up. You know, and then in the schools now, you know, do you see how wicked this is, everybody? Or are you so seduced now that you're actually even questioning? If you be honest with yourself, you don't got to be honest with me. And remember that Allah knows everything. So, do you see this? The level of wicked this is? We're not teaching children morals and why the truth is important and you got to cling to it. And, you know, about a mortgage and, you know, how to start a business, or, you know, a second or a third language, you know, industry, economics, politics, how to vote, you know, what? No, lipstick. That's what matters. That's what matters. Let me see if I can get these pictures and then share them with you. This is the one thing I do like about this software, is that it's easier to work behind the scenes when you need to present something to your audience. It's not as much drama, but it's still a nightmare. Let's see. These are not. I can't. No, I won't. Never. I'm over it. And then I'll come to you all because I want to see who's here and if there's new people. But I don't want to interrupt my flow right now, everybody. I want to stay on this. Haha. I think that's one of them. No, what am I doing? Oh my God. It's a habit. It's not what I meant to do. All right, close that. No. Okay. That's my end point. Where's my starting point? This is my starting point. open with photos. Okay, yeah, I didn't have time to crop these and, you know, make a nice presentation for you, so forget all that. Don't worry about it. Where are we at now? I need us. And I need, okay, that's ready now. I need this software, and I need to open, I need to share my screen. I need to share, and it's going to be share screen and share. Then you're going to give me an option. It's going to be a window. No, yeah, it's going to be a window. Photo, share. We should be good now. Let me come back to us to see what we're seeing. Oh, I'm right here. Expand. All right. This is him and Thing. Now, he's a little boy, and that's a little girl. So it's already inappropriate. You don't have underage children under your roof canoodling. We don't allow this. You see? But apparently, if you just say you're transgender, then that's your golden ticket to just override everything. Apparently, you can go from coach to first class. You can go from kindergarten to college. They'll give you a full ride. It's all fine. You have to say that golden word. I'm transgender, and it all opens up. It happens. They give you a gold medal, and it's all there. But here you have it. So you have a little girl who thinks she's a little boy, who is proclaiming she's a little boy. And you have a little boy who's proclaiming that he's a little girl. So you got two confused ass people coming together. Children. And being assisted by full-grown adults. Where is the Ritalin and the psych ward when you need it? I'm over it. So there they are, hugged up and canoodling. There they are. And who bought him the lip gloss? Who bought that? Wonder who bought that. Wonder who bought it. Just find out who bought it. Sure it wasn't Dwayne and Gabrielle. It's been that lip gloss fairy. Can't pin them down. All right, and we're to believe that this Thing, who's also a snake, because they're evil from birth. So this is let me get on the fame train. I'm nobody. I'm nothing. And so this little black boy he's making headlines. He's doing endorsements. He's doing it all. Let me get a piece of that. Because they always want what they don't work for. You understand? They're always trying to jump on your thing. The biggest welfare case ever on planet Earth. This was the picture that we're talking about. That I proclaim is pedophilia. That's it. It's ridiculous. My first kiss was Sherelle Freeman, but it was under a blanket behind her mama's house. You understand? And I wasn't, see, my brother went to the military. We moved to Arkansas. I know I was 12 in Arkansas. We had moved to Arkansas. So I was 9 or 10. I definitely wasn't any older than 10. Maybe 11, but definitely I wasn't older than 11. Because I know where I lived and I know. But I'm just trying to say that even that was like, it was just a cutesy thing. You feel me? It wasn't anything. And I don't know why we was really doing it even. Little side story to that too, y'all, just so you know. I didn't know I was 1 year ahead of Sherelle in high school, or just in school in general. I had gone to my senior prom. I was working for JCPenney, and now Sherelle is a beautiful young woman. And her mother came to my job to ask me to take her to her senior prom. And we went to separate high schools. It was a double honor for me. So I went to 2 high school proms, and I had the best date on both of them. But certainly Sherelle was special because I knew her since we were kids. And just that they sought me out. Forget what's sitting in front of you now. There was a time in my life, y'all, when I actually was cute. There was a time. You have to dig for it, but it's back there and stuff. But I'm just trying to say that, you know, this wasn't anywhere in the realm. And don't give me times have changed. And nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. Just white people continue to march forward with their evil. That's all. Nothing else has changed. And what you should take from that is there's no need. We don't need to change. We don't need to. Do you understand? We can still keep our morals, our values, our principles, and our standards and our way of life as a people. We don't need to jump on their train because their train goes straight to hellfire after this life, inshallah. Do you understand? Sadly, there will probably be some of them in paradise. Ugh. Then we'll find out if there was any good ones. That's when we'll know. If you see them in paradise, you go, I guess there was some good ones. At least for me. On earth, there are no good ones. For me. For me. For me. You know. And so, but sadly, there may be some of them in paradise. It makes me vomit. But it's probably a reality. But you're supposed to join this train. And this Dwayne Wade person, who I wouldn't have known but for this, I'm not a sports fan. It's a waste of time. Well, let me go through this because I got some other pictures I want to show you. Because I want to make my case about these black celebrities that they come out, then we got to accept your white demon that you got with you. You see, we're just good with that. But look, now this is the family. There's Thing standing next to Dwayne's son. And I can't. Now he's supposed to be a girl trying to be a boy. Wait. He's a boy trying to be a girl, and she's a girl trying to be a boy, I think. So it doesn't matter what their fantasy or their circus act is. The fact of the matter is he is biologically created by Allah a male, and that is a white demon-esque female. That's what it is. So if you have them canoodling and he's 14, boys start to understand themselves at 12. Brothers know what I'm talking about. And this is a problem. It's inappropriate, even if it wasn't this circus act going on behind it. It's inappropriate. No 14-year-old child should be doing anything sexual at all. And as I've preached, which will never happen in the society, sadly, there shouldn't be any dating. No such thing as dating. For what? You're just throwing money away. That's the first thing of it. You're just throwing money away. What's the purpose of dating? Why would you date someone? For what? If this doesn't end in marriage, I don't need to talk to you at all. At all. At all. You can call me sometime just to say hello. That's about it. But what's the purpose? I'm going to buy you Valentine's gifts, and I got to take you out to the movies and, take you and do this, and for what? And we're not even to death till we part. You're not even the person I'm going to marry. Get out my face. You're a waste of time. I'm a waste of time for you. And if I'm this other son, because this is his other son, I believe, over here, who also looks a little sus. Listen, any men coloring their hair, ladies, that you have to question. Because I come from a time when you just didn't do that. You just didn't do that. For what? For what reason is there for a man to color his hair? unless he's gray and he wants to do like a Just for Men or something, a rinse, you know, just to get rid of the gray. That would be the only reason in history up till this time that would ever, men would be interested in any type of changing their hair color. Now they're coming out looking like fruit balls and clowns from the circus and all of it. I'm fully over it. But I think this is one of his other sons here in this, standing with this other little girl. Not sure if that's supposed to be his girl or not. She looks like a 12-year-old. I'm over it. But if I'm him, I would turn to my father and say, you don't get to tell me you don't get to tell me shit else. I do whatever I want. If this little dude can come in and turn into a whole female and you good with that, ain't nothing you could tell me. Nothing. I do what I want to do for here on out. That's it. That's it. That would be the end of it. I mean, it's hideous. And of course, they've sold you this whole love thing. Love is you tell your child, sat your ass down and get out my face and don't come to me with that nonsense until you're out of my house. That would be love. You see, they got you believing that love is always giving in and acquiescing to bullshit. No, love also looks like, I don't give a damn if you don't like me. It's going to be my way or the highway until you know better for your damn self. That's also love. That's also love. Yeah, that's also love. That's love. That's also love. You see, there they are. This. Like, I can't. There's no way I would be anywhere as a man and let my child present themselves like that. Now, contrasting is E.J. Johnson, Michael Johnson, Magic Johnson's son, who I love. I didn't even know, I didn't really remember that Magic had children. And he was spotted, I think, by TMZ or somebody, or Access Hollywood or somebody. But he was a full-grown adult when we learned of his existence, at least for me, and that he was all this Miss thing now. That's fine. He can do his own thing. But this kid, no. Go to your room and sat your ass down. Do it. That's the order. Sat your ass down. Sat your ass down. And there he is. And, you know, who bought the outfit? Who's funding this? Who's funding it? This is child abuse. There he is. I would never take a picture of my son like that. Look at that. Again, I remind you, when Allah gives you a son, that's an extra blessing. It's a chance for you to reproduce yourself. This, you're not reproducing yourself. You're not. You're not. And if I'm Dwayne Wade or anybody with that type of money, this is what I'm leaving my money to? Him and the thing? Because it won't be this thing that he's kissing on at 14. It'll be some other thing. Do you understand? Who will infiltrate the family and take the black money like they always do. Look at this. Who bought him this eyeshadow? Who did his eyeshadow? Here's the other thing. I heard Flame Monroe say this. This truth was so succinct and so like, it was a breath of fresh air. I saw him. He was talking with, there's some other thing that calls himself something. He goes by some initial. Anyway, he was at this other thing's house. This other dude has some show, a podcast or something, and they were, they're getting made up and blah, blah, blah. And Flame Monroe was saying to this dude, basically saying that we're not really women, you know, and this dude was pushing back on it. Like, I don't let nobody call me by my first name. I'm whatever his name is now, whatever. You know, I've always been a woman, this woman, that. And then the clouds departed, and the truth was proclaimed. Flame Monroe said something to this effect. He said, where do you think we learn how to be feminine? Where do you think we learn how to do pretty stuff and do our nails and do our hair and put on makeup and, you know, wear high heels and all that? Like, if women didn't exist, where would we know how we know that we feel like a woman or how to be like a woman? And you could tell the other thing didn't like this truth, but he couldn't contest it. He had to acknowledge it. Do you understand? Because, and I appreciate that he was standing up for women, because he was saying, like, it's like we're trying to throw them under the bus or replace them, you know. And that spoke to how I feel, but the words were more effective than anything I've been able to come up with in my own. But I just thought about it in this moment, because he is there looking like a little girl. So where do you get that from if women don't exist? If girls and women don't exist, were you just anointed now? Like, where would you learn any of that from? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. I can't. Look at this. This is go to your room and sat your ass down until I tell you otherwise. Is that Gabrielle? That can't be Gabrielle. That must be the other mother. She looked too sister girl to be Gabrielle. I don't know who that is. But look. And this kid, his father is a basketball player. I don't know how tall Dwayne Wade is, but E.J. Johnson is a statue. He is 28 feet tall. This kid's probably going to be that same weight. Look at how long his legs are there. So you think you're a little girl now, you're going to be some cyclops in a very short amount of time. And he's 14, so he's probably going to have a growth spurt between probably 15 and 17. Nah, this is just, it's an embarrassment to the culture. It is a desecration to Dwayne Wade's whole manhood. Look this. So he obviously doesn't care about his own manhood, because there he is in a dress or a skirt. Don't give me it's a man skirt. That is a woman's skirt, and then he topped it off with this colored hair bullshit. So maybe he's not really supporting his son. Maybe he's joining him. You know. Look at this. This looks like a circus. Is this Halloween? If you want to tell me this is Halloween, maybe I could go for it, because she looks a little medieval in that outfit. I hope this is Halloween, because everybody in that picture is a disaster, quite frankly. They're all a disaster. All of it. So we're gonna just call that the Halloween picture. I'm sure it was Halloween. Sure it was October. Sure of it. This now. By the way, this little baby is the cutest thing ever. Oh, thank God she's got on the little booties, because if I see baby's feet, it just kills me dead. Then they become even 50 times cuter some kind of way. Usually you see the little feet. Oh, it's everything. It's everything. But look at this. And there he is in some halter top. And something is in his hand. I don't know if that's, I don't know. Can't really tell. The picture's not really that good. It's spiraling staircases and things, you see. Just look, this. Listen, that's a hideous outfit. I don't care what human being wears it. That is ugly as hell. Like, my eyes are burning right now looking at it. Look at this. And so somebody had to put those braids in, everybody. Huh? That's a lot of work. That costs money. Who paid for that? Huh? So it's aiding and abetting psychotic behavior. That's the title. Aiding and abetting psychotic behavior. I like it. Look at this. Outrageous. I can't. Let me see, let me bring this in. Oh wait, I can do it down here. Come on, man. I think there's one more. Yeah, it's a family picture. When they were little. So I don't know how many sons he has. I don't know. Not really understanding. But this is the little bastard here in the middle. I think that's him when he was, yeah, because he's only 14 now, so that's got to be him when he was younger. I don't know if Dwayne is on medication. If he has made himself believe this, because listen, black men don't have this reaction to this. You know, I don't care who you are or where you come from. We don't do this. This is just not, we can't. We can't. Let me cue these other pictures I want to show you. To make my case. Where is it? I sent it over, right? Yeah, so it's going to be, will it still be a screenshot or a download? That would still be a screenshot, I think. Where's this picture? Maybe that's the one that didn't go over when it was saying, oh, you can't, this exists. That probably was the ones. I'll test that theory by sending them again. Oh, first let me show you, let me see if I can find thing. Where would that be at? I sent that over by itself. Is that, what would that be considered? Oh, haha. There, when you want to find something, everybody, look for something else. Because I was just trying to find these other two pictures, and I thought, well, those didn't go over, so let me show you the video. As I'm looking for the video, I find the two pictures. So that's how stuff goes. Don't you know? It's just these two. Let's open this. There's no open with. Okay, fine. Oh, preview. Fine. I'll go with that. Bring you in. Like, share. StreamYard is sharing a window. Stop sharing. Okay, stop sharing that. Okay, now share. Share screen. Share. And now. This should be it. This dude. He's some basketball player. Derek Gordon is his name. And there he's hooked up with this white demon, who is many thousands of years older than him. And he thinks he's in love now, and he doesn't realize that he'll still look, I don't know how old this kid is. He looks 19. But he'll look like that in 20 years. He'll still look 19. This guy will look like a raisin, the crypt keeper. Do you understand? I mean, where, look, this, we had to put up with this. And this is a staged picture because they both have their eyes open as they're kissing. I don't kiss with my eyes open. It's a small detail, but damn it, it didn't go past me. I'm over it. Let me find thing now. But I want to make my case because there's that kid. And as I told you, there's Billy Porter, Wanda Sykes, Michael Sam, Robin Roberts. If you know some more people, just start naming them. But it's just every black celebrity that we have to find out that you coming out, then we have to, then there's some white devil that trails out behind you. How are those things? What? Like that to me equals, it definitely solidifies to me you're fucked up in the brain. Because as I laid my foundation earlier of however you ended up that way, but then what's with you not being attacked by this damn fake ass tree? What's with you not then being attracted to your own people? And it's so consistent. I can't name everybody now. Just if y'all know some other folks, then, you know, help me out. Let me try and find this thing now that I was letting you hear the audio on earlier, just so you could get a visual. Maybe it's up here somewhere, because if that was up that high, then it could be anywhere. And as I stated in the audio, I just lose respect because this is an agenda being forwarded by white men, particularly. You got some white butch dykes out there that are doing their thing, but this is mostly being promoted and sold and packaged and all this nonsense by white men. You understand? Who are always, who are the upsetters of humanity, who are the greatest disrespecters of the divine, and are the problem of all the strife of all humanity across the earth. These are the same people selling you evolved from an ape. The same people selling you the earth is a globe spinning at several thousand miles per hour, but you don't feel it. Not understanding how that would happen. There's that picture I wanted to send to my nephew. No. Oh, I got to share this with you guys now. It's random as hell, but it matters. It's me and my sister. I don't remember this picture at all. My sister took this is when my nephew was just a little stinker. I was in New York, apparently. I was at his father's mother's house. I have no memory of this at all. I don't remember being at this lady's house ever in my life. Ever. But I wanted to share it with you because of that reason, because I have absolute memory of it, because my nephew's a little stinker, and because it's a great picture of me and my sister. And this is, I forget this little voice that I'm holding. I feel like that's Nicholas. I don't remember. Just, I can't be held to this. I can't. But, and then this is my little nephew that my sister's holding when he was just a stinker. It's a great picture. I just wanted to share that with you. I happen to come across it right now. All right. Enough of that already. Moving on. I want to try and find, I sent it over, but now I have to find it. This pixie who is trying to you know, they're pushing this nonsense that, you know, once you're born, you're just assigned now. Like, down the hall to the left for you. Oh, you upstairs to the right. No. I mean, that's the disrespect and the cheapness with they are treating creation. Creation. Like, you know, as if the doctors are doing some random selection thing at the time you're born. You know, it's so sick, I can't even express it in words. It's beyond psychotic. It's something else. Damn it. If I can't find this, I'm not going to put a lot of work into it, everybody, because I've let you hear the audio. I'd like to show you the video, but if I can't find it, then I just can't find it. You know, once I sent it over. And haha, Allahu Akbar. What do I open this with? I open this with a movie. I hope the audio is set that you're going to hear this. I just want you to see the individual. Let me share. Share screen. Share. Hear how psychotic this is. I let you hear the audio already. This is just so you can see the person that was saying it, so that you can really perceive the ridiculousness of it all. I need to turn this up so I can see if I can hear it. I need to turn this up so I can see if I can hear it. I need to turn this up so I can see if I can hear it. I don't hear it. Let me see if I can hear it in-house. So if it's something just with the software. Yeah, I hear it. Okay, I don't know why you can't hear it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough to know. But at least you heard it already, so now you just seen him. That's the bastard that was saying what I let you hear earlier. So we're good. Let me quickly come to y'all and see if there's who's here so I can shout people out. Because I also wanted to get to okay. Shout out to Kita's little bubble. Yes, walaikum salam, my sister. Ramadan Mubarak. Alhamdulillah. I hope you're still here. I don't know when you left this comment. I don't even know how long I've been on. I think I can see. Okay, we're doing good on time. I've been on over an hour, well, nearly 2 hours now. Like an hour and 45 minutes. Shout out to you, Kita. Shelly M. Jedi just passing through with a thumbs up. We'll catch you on the playback. Appreciate you, Shelly. Reliable. Tell them, Jedi. Tell them all. Reliable Andrew. Shout out to you. CJ Stevenson. It's good to see you too, Queen. Always. Diddle. I'm just going to say diddle because you can't really see it. I don't know why I'm looking there as if that's going to give me an answer. Oh, I definitely can see this. All right, Diddle, shout out to you. DeJule Suber, shout out to you, Queen. True that, Jedi, so true. Real talk, no conscience. Kita, exactly. He ain't got a job to the first, second, or third power. That witchy, wicked stepmother is buying them clothes. You feel me? And as I said, she has admitted that she had problems. You know, she was a bully girl, and you know, I mean, she's jacked up. But just the fact that she's a black female with a successful Hollywood career, I already know her resume. I already know. I know. Listen, we were sitting out. This is so random, but it's on topic. We used to sleep outside of Capitol Records and, you know, A&M Records and stuff like that back in the day. And I think we were outside of Capitol Records this particular time. And we were sleeping in the car. This particular time was just me and the girl. You guys have seen her. We used to do Janet Jackson. She was my Janet Jackson, and so whatever. But she really was a singer and a musician. I woke up. We're sleeping in the car. It's at night, like late, like in the morning, after 1 o'clock. And I wake up, and there's her and some guy from the record company in the back seat doing things I can't repeat right now. You know. So I've been around. That's not even the best example, but I'm just trying to say, like, somebody like a Gabrielle Union. I know some of her resume. If I don't know the details, I know what that world is. I know it. Bay Girl, Jedi, can you tell me what your thought on Black Americans now referring to themselves as foundational Black Americans? You got to catch me more often, Bay. I've ranted about that. Most of my people know exactly where I feel on that. If I get a chance to, I may talk about it a little bit in the stream. If not, you're going to have to go back and watch my previous work and stay up on the Jedi. Make sure you're subscribed and all that stuff. Kita, Brother Jedi, I thought you was about to break out with Rick James and Tina Marie Fire at Desire. I love that. That must have been when I was talking about Desire. Allison Bleb, shout out to you, Allison. The Prince is calling. I'm live. I'll call you back. Go ahead. Say this. What? Oh, for reals? Oh, what you was telling me the other day. Oh, subhanallah. Alhamdulillah. Oh, man. Allahu Akbar. like a hair or something. I mean, I don't know. And stuff and everything and stuff. All right, that'll be fine. But I'm not gonna be on that much longer anyway. So just whatever. Very well. All right, Assalamu alaikum. Allison, I agree with you. The journey, I agree with the journey bit, but wait, you said B was kissing what? You're not getting the full impact of your comment, Allison, because you didn't proofread before you sent it before my throne, girl. You know this. Well, try again because you're one of my regulars. I agree with the jealousy bit. But wait, you said B was kissing what? They are Satan worshippers and need to be deleted from Earth. I just don't understand the B part. I think that kills the whole, but I could understand everything else. I'm stuck. Then you go on, you say he was, you corrected yourself, so I was premature. I withdraw my critique. Move to strike, suggest facts, not evidence. So you said he was kissing someone. Yeah, and maybe you did this before I showed the picture. Jedi, how have you been, by the way? Ramadan has energized you, it seems. I don't know if it's energized me. You know, spiritually, I'm energized. Physically, I don't feel energized. You know, certainly when I step on the scale, I don't feel energized. I don't feel energized. I feel like, where's it all going? I don't know, but I thank you for that because I am me. It takes someone else to tell you I can't see me like you could see me. But I'm fine. Thank you for asking, Allison. I deeply appreciate that. Kita, Raven Simone. Yeah, thank you, Kita. Yes, that's another one. Boom, Raven comes out, poof, white bitch. Right there. You go on, Kita, to say it's a multi-position attack on our people. It really is, man. Because how would their tone change if we start having more black people coming out and then it's just black love still? You know, sometime back, some of y'all I was talking to on the phone, there's a commercial. I don't know what they're selling, but somewhere in this commercial, there's two black brothers that kiss. Somehow I wasn't jacked up by that. And it really took me aback. Like, why am I not jacked up by this? I still don't have the answer. I almost feel like it was refreshing. If I'm gonna still continue to try and diagnose, I don't know. I don't have the answer yet, but it didn't make me mad. I wasn't like, this is some, you know, I don't know why, but maybe it's because of all these images. That's all I ever see. I don't know. I think it's a whole pathology thing because I was just even thinking that I think this goes with what I'm about to say next. I've said this before, and to people that know me in person, you know, if we could, I don't care about nobody using the word nigga because I use it. I don't know why I use it, but damn it, I do, and so I don't care. But what I'm trying to say is, there are some people that use it too much. Like, it's literally every other word. Like, it's not even a punctuation or nothing. It's just like, I can't with it. If we change that word to brother, it has a whole different feeling from the soul. Different. And maybe this is with that. Maybe that's why that didn't make me angry. They weren't pixies. You know, there wasn't any of this circus attachment. It was just two brothers. You didn't even really know they was gonna kiss, and then they did. And it was like, okay, you know. But what my overarching point is trying to say that, so what if would this be a picture if this little bastard, who doesn't pay any rent, by the way, if his little friend was another African person? Would Billy Porter be the splash that he is with all of his chandelier wearing at these award shows and all of it, if he was with a real black dude? You see, the other reason why I dislike and have so much venom for this whole gay thing is because, to me, it's a white source, and I hate everything that comes from that. Everything. Mr. Monopolistic. Bless up. Shout out to you, brother. Kita, you say, with all their kids committing mass murders, why would we take their parental advice? Exactly. And we've never taken, you know, it was a shift. I saw it happen in my own lifetime. You know, because we've always just looked at their parenting and shook our head and did these. Like, this look goes, y'all know this look. We all know it. And this whole spanking our kids, that's cultural. You get your ass beat. Me and my nephew was talking recently again about how, you know, I was telling him, like, you know, everybody gets that one ass whooping of their life that you never forget, you know. And I knew his, and I was telling him mine. But I'm just saying, you look back at that, like, you got your ass beat. That's part of growing up. You get your ass beat. Yes, you know. We all got a story of a switch or extension cord or belt or something. You feel me? And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Children should fear adults and parents and be obedient until they are making their own damn decisions. That's just it. And we never understood white people and their rearing of their evil offspring. You understand? So no, we should never take any parenting advice from them or anything else, quite frankly. And this is Black Rooster Love. Shout out to you. Agreeing with Kita. Betsy, my queen. Hey Jedi, I'm here and multitasking and listening. Thank you for being here, Betsy. Kita, that reassignment stuff is revisionist history. They're definitely trying to rewrite things after Allah Almighty has already decreed a thing. It popularized delusion, and people are feeling like they have to buy into it. I don't need to, and I'm not, and I don't. I won't. You see? So for all these people, that you have to immediately say you support I don't support the LGBT community. And I don't need a bunch of fucking acronyms. I don't support gay people at all. Now, I support human beings, but your habits, I don't have it. I don't need to be involved in that. That's the other thing that makes me sick about this whole thing, because it's so specious. I'm a man of many words, and it's hard for me to even really, every time we talk about this, I don't feel like I've said everything that I feel. Like, it feels like, you know, like you empty a container out and then you finish, there's like a corner, like, oh, you know, you dumped there. I always feel like there's a corner, like, I just still don't say it. I'm trying to dig down to be really clear about how evil this is. You know, I go back to, you know, when it was, you know, people made fun of gay people. I didn't see that until I was probably in high school, you know, that I saw people make fun of gay people or call somebody gay or something like that. I just didn't really, again, I come from a very sheltered home life, so I didn't really, a lot of things I wasn't exposed to. I couldn't watch television. I didn't, you know, I couldn't have friends, and, you know, the friends that I had were people that my parents knew and stuff like this. Just, so a lot of this was just all like, I don't really know how, I mean, I didn't lose my virginity till I still never remember, was I in college or was I out of college when I met Cheryl? I don't remember. I don't know. I feel like I was 19 or 20. But I'm trying to say that it used to be that it would have been enough that, you know, they just didn't want to be picked on. Okay, I can get that. But it's turned into something else now, you know. That, like, I'm one of these people, I'm a clean person. But to this day, if I've been out all day, I come in, I take my shoes and my socks off, at some point, I'm going to put my finger between my toes and smell it. I do that. I'll do like this under my arms. I do this. I'll put my hand in my crotch. I like to know my scent. What is my scent? I've always been that way. I pick my nose. I pick my teeth. I pick my ears. I'm one of these people. I'm just like that. So that's just my own personal thing. So do I now have to come out as a booger picker? Do I get to come out? And do I get a flag that goes with it? And do I get executive orders and extra rights and things? Do I get stuff now? You know, what do I get? You know, do I get a parade? You know, that's the thing that makes it specious, because we're talking about a sexual act that they're trying to now attach and evolve into the statement. You heard the Pixie say earlier about the assignment at birth. Like, wait, bitch, didn't you just say you didn't want us to call you a faggot or something like that like 2 seconds ago? Now you coming out trying to say that we're not born as male and female? Like, now I'm about to punch you in your face because you're going too far. Like, we wasn't going to call you names. Now I'm going to punch you. I mean, it takes you there from I don't care to let me find one. You understand what I'm saying? It's become that. We're not talking about muscular dystrophy or mental retardation, you know, leukemia or some scoliosis, or, you know, your polio or something, like a real condition or something that you would acknowledge and have empathy for and stuff like that. We're talking about your nasty ass, who the fuck you lay down with. And now you want all of civilization to acknowledge this, and you're supposed to be treated some special way because of that. I'm over it. Listen, I'm my father's son. I was blessed with a very nice endowment. So I should get something. And you all need to know about it. You have to know about it. All of civilization needs to know. This is that. I'm not being ridiculous. This is that. And it's an excuse that somehow what you do sexually is now tied to you show up with this pixie, the colored hair, and you look like a Ringling Brothers clown. I won't even insult Ringling Brothers that way, because those clowns work hard, and it's not easy being on the road as a person who travels with the circus. I know some people that work for the circus, but that's now, and we have no evidence of it, so anybody could say it. It's no different than there's many stories like this, but there was some bitch in some town, and her mother claimed that the daughter had leukemia or cancer or something, and they built her a house, they built a ramp for a wheelchair, the whole community donated all this money, and they helped her out, and wasn't shit wrong with the bitch at all. Of course it was a white bitch, of course. But people reacted that way because that's something to be empathetic about. And then you would want to tell people about that because maybe somebody else is out there suffering with that, and there's different things, but this is like, I was looking in the toilet, whether I urinate or defecate, I look, because I just need to know, and at some point, invariably, you're at a doctor, and when you have a physical, and then has your stool been dark, or if you have blood in your stool, how am I going to know that if I'm not looking? You feel me? So, these are all personal things, and so certainly intimacy of any kind is personal, but it's become political. But most of all, it's to replace your black ass. Because we should scream anti-Semitism and all this other nonsense that the fake people scream when anybody's associated with us. Certainly these confused ass people. I am a heterosexual male. I'm not a cis, which is this other term that they use, which sounds like something I'd probably pop on my ass. You understand? I mean, I can't. We've talked about how they have white men just proclaiming themselves, no surgery or nothing, just proclaiming themselves to be women, and now they get to compete against the women in sports. If I was a woman, I'd be a jailed bitch for murder. And God help the little white bitch this was a high school, at the high school level, that was like track. And she was number one in the region, or number one, whatever their divisions are, whatever. She was number one. And it was going to be her win, and there's scholarships and a bunch of other stuff, and whatever. And there was these two black boys who just popped up and claimed they're transgender, and they were dusting the girls. Before the girls were out of the starting block, they were standing at the finish line wondering where was the rest of the runners, practically. I mean, it's out of hand, dude. It's become something else that we don't need to respect at all. At all. Because whatever you do in your house, before you can get to your bedroom, whatever you do in your house, that's your business. But when you come out and make it my business, then I got some shit to say about it. Because if you hadn't brought it to my attention, I wouldn't have had nothing to say. So you don't get to ask her when I have something to say about it. You don't get to do that because you gave up that right. You gave that up when you insisted that I know. You just acquiesced any privacy that you would have been entitled to enjoy. I'm over it. DeJewel Suber, shout out to you. Black Rose, Shout out to you, Black Rose. The picture of them kissing is sick and twisted. It is. And as I say, I think it's also pedophilia. I think it's pedophilia. This is no different than when they bust somebody for pictures of children. Could you imagine if this picture had been in Michael Jackson's house when they went there trying to find something to pin on Michael? That's it. That's a smoking gun. Look, he has a picture. These kids are underage and they're kissing, and he has this picture. That would have been splashed all over the headlines. Let's keep it consistent. You understand? Shiro, my Clown Act group. Yes. And I don't want to insult the clown. Circus X, devils, and a whole bunch of other emojis that I don't understand, but fully agree with. Remember Flame Monroe saying that? I do remember Flame Monroe saying, so you saw that, yeah. And I just thought, wow, appreciate you for putting this thing back in reality, because this dude was like running away. I have always been a woman. I don't let nobody call me whatever his real name is that his mama gave him. But he's so anointed now that, he just, and I just appreciate Flame Monroe being like, nah, let's just bring that back a notch. That's what it is. Like James Brown said, it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Beyonce, that's Gabrielle. In that one that I didn't know if that was her or not, she looked real sister girl in that. I'm shocked. You go on, Beyonce. I think Gabby said she helps dress the child. I'm over it. She's so... I just don't get any emotion from Gabrielle Union. There's nothing... Like, I'm like a dolphin. I send out an echo. A sonar, whatever they call it. I send that out. And it has to come back to me. And anything in life, I just have been that way. It's got to come back to me. My signal has to come back to me. But I get nothing from her. The funniest thing that only thing that's ever memorable for me with her was, I think it was whatever movie she was in with Idris Elba, where she was some big tada, whatever. And she was like, she's in the car and she was like, if I see one more man over 30 in a throwback, I'm going to scream. And she's on the phone with whoever was in that movie. I thought it was Tracy Ellis Ross. I don't know. Anyways. And then she sees dudes. she sees dude thing on the corner like that. I hollered at that. Other than that, she's just plain blanket. There's nothing about her. She's not overly beautiful. She's not even interesting. To me, that's part of what makes a woman beautiful. It's like one thing to just see you from across the room and go, wow. But then to be enveloped by your everything is what makes you beautiful to me. Like, it's a whole thing for me. But she's just, it's not that I don't get nothing from her. Like, I can't. She wrote, a disgrace, in all capitals with exclamation marks. I love it. Beyonce laughing, crying, laughing emojis. Jewel crying, laughing emojis. I don't know what I said. Y'all was crying, laughing. I guess I'll know when I hear it back. Allison Bleb, the boy didn't make the decision to be trans. Mark my words. And one has to differentiate too, because boys can go through stages, and all male boys, men, whatever, are not these overly masculine, beat our chest types. Some brothers can be softer than others. I've known some full out effeminate dudes that are so not gay, like at all, like not gay. So I think that's also because we've set up this standard of masculinity here as Black men in America. Because when I observe and when I meet men and observe boys from Africa, there's a natural masculinity that comes through from the time they're this high, you know, that is commanding and respectable. I don't even know. I've not seen, like, if we don't do something, a lot of brothers, we got this little high voice thing going on. They'll be like 8 and they speak like this. Like, I see brothers, like there's this one brother that I follow. He's in different countries. He's just out on the street, just interviewing people on different subjects and questions and stuff. I ain't seen no males that don't sound like males if I'm not even looking at my screen, you know? So it's a whole thing, but it's also, you know, it can get a bit deeper than this, because you can get into the water, you can get into the food, you can get into tofu, you can get into a lot of things that they know cause a feminization in males, you know. It's a whole evil bucket of white evil, man. It is. But I think that when you have a child expressing anything at 14, because a 14-year-old boy is about 10 years behind a 14-year-old girl, at least 3 or 4. You feel me? At 14, boys are just stupid. We're stupid. We don't know anything. You know, at 14, I was still building space shuttle models and playing in the dirt. You know, yeah, you know, just, you know, you ain't really, you're just an idiot. you're, you're just an idiot. So when you have a 14-year-old boy say to you something this profound, the first thing you say to them is, you may feel that, but answer me this. You start asking them other stuff about life that they don't have the answer for, and you already know they don't know it. Spell urethra. You can't. Take your ass to your room. It's to talk to me when you're 18. You feel me? You may be having some feelings and going through some things and blah, blah, blah. And by the way, did Dwayne even have the talk with him, you know, when he's 11, 12, you know, just about you're going to be coming into puberty, you know? And I don't know what it's like for girls, but I obviously I know what it's like for boys when we go through puberty, you know? It was just, if we're not here, maybe we're not hearing the whole story. Maybe he wasn't this, maybe he wants this accolade as dad of the year. Like, I'm proud that my son's gay. No man is proud that their son is gay. It's the same as a woman having a child and they tell her the baby's not coming to term and it's her first child. She's got the crib laid out. She's already named the child. It's all ready. And now no baby is coming home. That woman is in devastation. First of all, in a way that we can't understand as men, and for longer than anybody can imagine. This is that. It's the closest we can come as men to that. You've given birth to, you're a basketball player, for God's sake. So you're an athlete. That's like another level of humanity. And you have boys. So maybe he only feels this way because he's got a couple of spare boys. If the mother two were his, you know, a little easier to be like, okay, well, that's the gay one, so whatever, you know. But would we be seeing the same reaction from him if this was his only son? I doubt it. I doubt it. Wait, I skipped y'all. Sorry. So to your point, Allison, yeah, I think that maybe he did come to him, but I think that I agree with you. Probably that wasn't his language, but maybe it is, because I mean now kids are learning stuff. You know, I don't know, man, and it's such a different world because I come from a time when you could go to your child's school and open the classroom door and go in there and stand at their desk. You know, now schools are fortress. You can't get behind the gates. You don't know what's going on. And it's I don't know. I don't. No child of mine would be going to any school in this nation. Jewel with heart laughing emojis, I think that is. And Diddle with heart laughing emojis. Black Rooster, love the family pic. Thank you, Black Rose. That was random. I just was looking for something else I'd seen and I wanted to share with you guys. And I need to, if I've been sending it to him already, I need to send that to my nephew because I would want somebody to send me, like, so much of my life is not documented, you know, and stuff that I had, I lost. You know, when I first moved to the East Coast, I had a storage here in California. Life happened, you know, and eventually I wasn't able to continue to make that payment. And then there was no internet, so you had to send the payment. You know, I've never owned a credit card in my life. I'm not interested. And so it'd be different. Like now, you could just pay it online. Though that wasn't an option. So I lost the little stuff that I did have. I lost so much stuff, man. Plus, before you get to that, my stepmother used to just throw stuff away. You come home from school and half your shit would just be thrown away. Don't get me started. We're on this. Kita. No, I'm back to Raven Simone. I read that already. You say I have a porn theory. It may have, I think you say, if you didn't say porn, please forgive me, Kita. Y'all know my vision. But you say it may have influenced this sexual deviancy. Oh, I understand. Then in real life, this is what they think they desire, but it's really the result of exposure and conditioning. That's very valid because, you know, all these kids now, you know, kids get a smartphone when they're 2 years old now. You know, I'm a grown ass man. I don't even got no damn iPhone. Don't want one, but I don't have an iPhone, you know, and didn't have a smartphone until I was, well, that wouldn't be true because I'm only 19 now. So just, I don't remember, but I was very grown when I got a cell phone. And that was only because people couldn't understand why I didn't have one. And they were pushing me. This is how rejecting I was of technology, even like a computer. This is when everybody named Mama has a computer. Like, I don't care who you are, you got one, not me. So pressed that 2005 or 6, my brother was coming out. He and his wife were coming out here for our family reunion. And he had actually built me a computer and brought it to me on the plane and everything. This is how pressed they were and surprised me with it. I think I may even have video of them surprising me. But I just was like, I don't need a computer. I'm not getting one. I'm over it. I don't need it. When I did finally get a cell phone, I got like the ones you go and buy, and you buy the time on it, and then that's it. Everybody's like, how can you get, you know, I don't need it. I don't need it. I didn't get a real cell phone until you guys know this that have been with me. A few years ago, I treated myself. I went to a taping of The Real for my birthday. And I almost didn't make the taping because my cell phone the car was draining the battery instead of charging it. And then the GPS was jacked up. And I was on a Virgin mobile phone. And I almost didn't make it. And I swore, that's it. Because I tell you guys all the time, if I buy something for myself, it has to be practical. I must need that. I'm just not somebody who goes out and buys something just because I have the money to get it. You will never get that out of me. It won't happen. It hasn't happened this damn long in my life. It ain't gonna happen. But I swore on everything holy and sacred, that's it. I'll have to get me a real cell phone because this won't work. And the next day, I walked into T-Mobile and said, I don't want to pay any money. I'm not one of these people that's texting, but I want a phone. And they're like, you're eligible. You can get 2 free phones and blah, blah, blah. So that's how I ended up with T-Mobile. And I don't want to pay a bunch of money, and I'm not interested in a bunch of stuff, and I don't want a bunch of lines, and blah, blah, blah. So it just, you know, it was like forced evolution for me, you know. But I think that's a very good point, Keto, because with these phones comes a bunch of evil, you know. It's the devil. Diddle. It's D-Little. Thank you. Appreciate you. Represent your side like me. D-Little. Emperor. But you're good. I appreciate it. My nephew. Shout out to you. I feel so weird. I was about to say Prince. Wait up. My nephew. Shout out. What's up? D-Little. Proverbs 12:34. Spare the rod and spoil the damn child. Smooth Lyrics. Shout out to you, a name I've never seen. I want to hear you talk about the late great Aaliyah. Wow. I will. I don't know if we'll do it in this stream, Smooth Lyrics, but just make sure you subscribe to me and look for my notifications. And, you know, because one thing I do like to do, all my people will tell you if you're new to me, that like, you know, I bring my topic and then it's whatever you guys want to talk about, you know, along with that or whatever. And we usually end up here for many hours. We cannot do that today, but yeah, I'll make note of that. Black Rose, conditioning is right, Keita. Oh, you're agreeing with Keita. Allison, I was driving. Don't have no accidents on the count of the Jedi. Don't do that. D-Little, exactly. Beyonce, Daddy's Little Girls. That was the movie. Thank you, Beyonce. Cheryl Bryant, shout out to you, Queen. If I haven't, I don't think I've seen you. I don't know. Jedi, hello, Jedi. The King. So glad I did not miss your live. Had a busy day. Well, alhamdulillah, I'm glad you made it, Cheryl. Keita. Gabby is an empty vessel. She really does seem that way. I mean, if there was anything I could cite, I would. There's nothing. She's not even, you know, memorable, you know. Cheryl, just coming in and grateful I got to hear you speak your mind, brother. Shiro to Cheryl. TV Toby. Hello, Jedi. Shout out to you, TV Toby, if I'm saying it right. Hello, Jedi. You've been missed. Why gone so long? I've been here, TV. It is Ramadan, so every year at Ramadan I'm always scarce. But if it's been longer than, you know, the last, whenever I moved to this apartment, then I just broke off because I was here for a mission, trying to start an organization and all that, and my people just disappointed me. It broke my heart in a way that I don't know if people really understand, you know. So it's just not the same. I was just telling my nephew earlier today, I was like, you know, maybe I should just find another do another channel where I could make this something that is beneficial for me. You know, I'm never interested in serving myself, but I need some kind of gratification, you know. Like my people don't they don't really stay up on my work the way that I would want them to. There's some ride or dies out there, but the whole of my people, you know, I gotta drag you to do everything, and it's just like, I only do this out of love because I don't get shit out of it, you know. It's just like, sometimes I ask myself, why are you still doing this? Why? It matters, you know. it matters to me. It matters to me. That's why I do it. So anyways, I've been around TV. You just got to catch me, you know. Um, D Little, I've been a fan of yours for many years. I've subbed to you, to your IG. Well, I appreciate that. And I got a lot to catch up on Instagram too. I know it. I'm going to hate when I open that up. Because I've been on Instagram in a minute. Portia Snelling, shout out to you. Hello, Jedi. So sorry I didn't see the notification for your live. So I'm late catching up from the beginning. Allahu Akbar. As long as you get the information, Portia, it's all good. Rella D, big shout out to you. Peace and blessings to you as well. Cheryl Toshiro, Beyonce, Wayne and Gabrielle have shared their sexual deviancy, so it's no surprise that this is how the family turned out. You know, but it's also the big stage of it all too, everybody. You know, this is one of the issues that I had with the Will Smith thing with Chris Rock. Here are two black men who I'm not crazy about either one of them. You know, I know who they are and so what. But you know, until you've built a strip mall that's black owned only and shit, or you put up a grocery store or some apartment structure or something, I'm just not really feeling anybody that's black that's got any money, famous or not. I need to see some fruit of your damn labor. You owe it. Whether you like it or not, you owe it. You just do. And we come from that. You understand? Any African that come here from the continent, I don't care what country they come from in Africa, they send money back, not because their family is poor, but because that's what you do. You don't just get and it's just yours. You owe it. You owe it. You have to pay something back. That's just the way. Even in Islam, we don't just walk around with pockets full of money. You don't do that. You take care of your shit, and you don't just be sitting up on money. You must give that to somebody. Do something. This is Allah providing that there won't be any classism. Everybody will have, and at the very least, there won't be anybody without. You've heard me quote this a million times. Charity is the right of the poor upon the rich. The right. You get something, you gotta give it. Because you got more. That's your duty. If you don't want your responsibility, then don't have shit. Don't have nothing. It's just, I can't. What did I just read? Beyonce. Why did I go on that tirade? You said Gabrielle shared their sexual deviancy, so it's no surprise that this is how the band. Oh, because I was talking about Will, triggered Will and Jada and the whole thing, and then this, and it just, you know, these are high-profile black people. So you have Will Smith, who's supposed to be a box office dude, but you think we haven't heard shit about this from Tom Cruise, who's probably gay and a Scientologist on top of it. And there's many rumors of Tom Cruise being gay, but they keep his manhood in place for the public. They did it for Rock Hudson. They do it for Bruce Willis. You know, these are all big blockbuster dudes. But Will Smith has been, we got his woman out here look like a fucking pixie. And again, proclaiming things that should be private. Why didn't he punch August Alsina? He screwed your wife. Why didn't you punch her when she told you? But Chris Rock makes a joke and he gets punched. Seems a little inconsistent, Will. Just a little inconsistent. Beyonce, do you still have your old videos from your previous channel? Nope. Before it got deleted? Nope. I'm still upset that those videos are gone. Your work is much appreciated. And it's much appreciated, but it's gone. You know, and that's one of the things, like I would bomb YouTube's building my damn self if that other chick hadn't done it. And as I said to you, I predicted that that would happen before it happened. Because whatever you want to say about somebody's right to say what the fuck they want to say, I had over 2,000 videos. That's just the ones you saw. Not the ones that I recorded and oh my God, my sound was recording, all that came out of me, or ones that I just hated it once I saw it, or this was wrong or that was wrong. I mean, many hundreds of millions of hours of my life. You hit a switch, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your shit. I am. So no, and you don't want to store that stuff up on your computer because those are video files. They take up a lot of room, So you'll have like a, 80 gig hard drive or something. You got this much space available, say like 1% available, and then the rest you're like, what? So you got to delete stuff, But if I had $1 for people saying they would like to see my old videos, I'd be a very wealthy man right now. And those are in a class of their own because I was on a mission then. I'm no longer on a mission. That was me coming out of the gate. I thought my people felt the way I felt. They're just as passionate as me, and they're going to want to act the same way I'm ready to act. But everybody, I learned people love to hear as an entertainment piece and sit on their ass and not do a fucking thing. So no, I don't have the goddamn videos. Damn it. Because for what? I'm here to move things forward. If that's not going to move somebody, then you don't need to see it. That's how I feel. D Little, Jada has emasculated Will, and Chris is self-hating. Is a self-hating Negro. I think he was, if you're as dark as Chris Rock, you got to learn to love yourself, and not just his color, just that he was not seen as attractive. I never thought he was an ugly guy. And I think he's actually gotten better looking as time has gone on, however, I don't think he said he worked on anything like that. I just think he's just come in his own maturity. He was just, maybe just had a long, awkward phase, or something. I don't know. But, not just him, and no matter what his hue is, just when you're not a model, you have to draw on other things from yourself. I speak personally. I can't go on my looks. That's never been my world. Something else has to be my thing of representation. I'm never going to get by on like I'm a model or something, because that's not reality. I'm not. This Gen X, Black Power every hour, King. Amen to that. Let me see what my time is. Okay. Okay. We got a little time. But yeah, so every once in a while I come across maybe one video or something, but it's nothing. It's not really anything. It's just, it's nothing really, And then over the years, different times I've had to go through and clean out my computer, because there's just too much stuff in it and on it, and you don't have any space for anything, and then your computer runs slower, and it just gets into an area that you just like, nah, I can't with this. So you have to do something else. I do know what I'd like to use some of this time for, because I want to just do a quick summation on this, just to button this up, but I do have some other things because I had a whole piece that I wanted to do and tell you guys why this subway shooter in New York was a complete lie and a hoax. It never happened. There were glaring things that I'm like, I need to do this piece because this just didn't happen. It didn't happen. This was Sandy Hook all over again. My task is to figure out, why did they give us this? Because it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Didn't happen. But there was something else. I think this I talked about already in another piece. Yeah, I can delete this now. That was a bullet. I want to say this though, while I'm trying to find this though. Islam fixes everything, everybody. That's not hyperbole, That's the truth. Because It's like if you came to my house and I said, I need you to go to the store. The first thing you're going to say out of your face is, what do you need me to get? And if I name more than 3 items, either you're going to start writing something down or you're going to tell me I need a list. I need a list. What am I getting from the store? What am I doing? You see? I don't understand why it seems so difficult for the rest of humanity to understand that the one who made you didn't just put you down here and just walk away. Like, you're beyond ignorant if you think that. I don't care what your education level is. You're just beyond ignorant. It doesn't even satisfy common sense, you know. And all of your life, you have nature screaming at you. All of creation is screaming at you, showing you order. Showing you order. Showing you order and consistency. But because you have a mind, I get to do whatever I want. And no, the fuck you don't. Just can't get there. You can't get there. I just saw I know this already, but something else that brought this up to my face again. My frustration. Ghana and Ivory Coast account for 70% of all the cocoa on planet Earth. That means 2 African nations could shut down all the chocolate on Earth tonight. Tonight. Shut it down. And white folks love chocolate more than we ever will. That's their main favorite thing, chocolate. They love it. They do. And we could shut it down or charge them $1 billion for a Snickers. We should. But the Ghanaian president goes to Switzerland. You saw that. I highlighted that story when he told the Swiss bitch, no more cocoa, bitch. We're going to start refining more and more of our own cocoa right in Ghana. Meanwhile, chocolate companies in Ghana have trouble getting off the ground because y'all own the industry. So just give them money. If you open up a chocolate factory, they just give you the money to open it because you know you're going to get the return on it. So why are we waiting? That's like, I'm on my way to the bank to get money. Can you give me $50? Here you go. It's not like wait till next Friday, wait till next week, let me pay you next month. No. I'm on my way to the bank now. I just need $50 to get there. Okay, here. It's almost a guaranteed investment. So they're having problems getting off the ground. Plus, their infrastructure for refrigeration, because chocolate has a very low viscosity, so it's going to melt at the drop of a hat. And but when the Ivory Coast and Ghana met, then everybody got very nervous, and it was a scandal, no less. Because anytime white folks are made uncomfortable, it is controversial. That's why you always ignore when you hear controversial. It just means white people fucked up some kind of way. That's all it means. Doesn't mean anything else. That's all it means. But contrast that now. You own 70% of any market. You're the dude. You run that. You have the controlling share of whatever that is. If you just have 51% of something, you have a controlling share, we call it. What you say, go. You got 70% of the market of anything. I don't even know anything else, another commodity or consumable on Earth that somebody has that high of a ratio of the market. 70%. 70%. But there it is. Now, and you're still negotiating with other people who are manufacturing chocolate. But if you go to France, for all of y'all think you've had champagne, you've never had it. Unless you've been to Champagne, France, literally, you've never had champagne. You've had sparkling wine. And they don't allow, and they have, I forget what market share they have. It might be 100% or 80, 90% or something of champagne, where they make Sauvignon and they make, or not Sauvignon, but they make Chandon and Moet and Pierre somebody. And you're not allowed. They have set of things so that anybody, I don't care where you live on the earth, if you make sparkling wine, you cannot call it champagne unless it comes from Champagne, France. So they can charge $1 gazillion for it when they give it some blah, blah name. Chandon, blah, Moet, whatever. So you can't do that same thing in Africa? Say, no, we have 70% of the market. So we're going to charge $1 billion for our, and not only do they have 70%, they have the highest quality. There's not a better cocoa on planet Earth anywhere. And it sickens me when I see my brothers are making $26 a week carrying cocoa beans and harvesting them. And it just makes me want to go out and blow up the entire world, dude. I mean that literally. I'm just tired of the unfairness and the injustice. And I'm mostly tired of African people, no matter where we sit and breathe, get the shitty end of the stick. I'm over it. I'm so over it. You don't even know, man. You don't know. You don't know. But I had to give you that contrast. Here they have 70% of the market, of the highest quality, and it's the highest quality. And you got 70% of the market. And you're even allowing anybody to tell you a fucking thing about cocoa. A damn thing. It's time for black people across the earth. You got to raise up. You got to be violent. And you got to stop being nice. No more nice. No more nice. That needs to be our slogan as a people. No more nice. No more nice. And don't approach. No more nice. There will be no more nice. Nah. No more nice. No more nice. I've even come to my pitch in my own life because I recognize that my kindness has been counted on. My righteousness has been counted on by others who have exploited it. No more. I'm getting just as evil as every fucking body else. You want my goodness? You're going to have to work for it. Oh, damn it. There's not going to be time to get into that. Oh, man, these are bullets that I tell you guys, stuff comes to me and I make a note of it. Here's something random that must have just came out of the heavens. I see a bullet here. It says, we're exactly 40 years from 2064. The number 40 is very significant. I do know that. So I don't know what the universe gave me that for and why. And I just told it to you and I don't know why. Oh, random. A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. I knew it was over as soon as I knew they were together. I knew it. I knew it. Women, stop falling for these dudes who look like women. And don't be surprised when you're not with them in a month or so. Stop doing it. I'm just not understanding women's dissertation anymore. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. I don't. I can't. Bae, I want to hear you talk about the late artist Aaliyah. Miss Gen X. Oh, I know. Ditto on everything you said. My nephew, it's not over. They are still together. I heard it's over, nephew. Like, and I feel like there was some devastation on Rihanna's part and something. Somebody get us some good information on that. Somebody do a search. See if Rihanna and A$AP Rocky are still together. Cheryl, time for the black people to start pressing back against whites worldwide. That's the truth, man. Wherever they stand and breathe, you need to challenge their ass. At the very least, don't take any crap and don't let yourself be disrespected or othered. And don't ever, from this day forward, I've told you this before, don't ever describe yourself as a minority. Because that's just like any white devil that leaves here and goes anyplace else, they proclaim themselves white and American. I love this video I saw recently. This demon goes to Egypt, and just on a whim, they like, you can't film here, so I won't care. You feel me? I loved it. And what I know that he doesn't know is because he showed up with all his Yankee Yahoo nonsense, looking like surfer white devil dude. And like, nah, not you. Nah, just because we say so. He was like, I have a permit and everything. And they was, and so I know it was just like, nah, because we say so. We just won't like your face, whatever. I loved that. You know, and he was ass hurt about it. He has nearly 6 million subscribers. So he's telling everybody, don't go to Egypt. And this, I'm glad. Say that. Make sure everybody learn that. So your white ass, don't go to Egypt. Stay your ass over here. You understand? I don't know what I'm going to be capable of when I get to Africa, dude. I don't even know. Because I'm, as the days pass, I'm really not concerned about living and dying, you know? It's just more about, I got to see some result before I leave this earth. And I feel like that's where Micah Johnson was, you know, when he went and took out 5 damn police in Texas. He was just over it, man. He couldn't get your ass to come along, scared to death as Negroes, going to sit back and talk about oppression, but aren't going to do a damn thing about it when it's time to move. You're paralyzed by fear. You can't move. I don't do well with weak people. I don't. I've never done well with weakness. I don't. And defeatist people, I don't do well with that. I don't. I will crush you like a bug and move you out of the way. I just don't have time for you. And there's really no place for you on the earth. I believe that. Not amongst African people. We just can't. You know, one of the things I love is baboons. Is it baboons? I think I made a note of this. Inshallah. Is it baboons? I made a note of this a while back. I'm going to say baboons until I find it. Baboons kill lion cubs. They kill a few things. What is it now? I always make notes and then I move stuff around. Oh, man. Anyways, they kill the babies because they know they're going to grow up to hunt them. That's a sign. I always tell you, creation is not for decoration. It's for information. You see a roach. You kill that roach, but you're also looking for other roaches. Like, what are we not understanding? Man, I wish I could find baboons. There it is. Baboons kill lions and leopard cubs because they know when they grow up, they will hunt them and kill them. And I put, there's a lesson in this for African people as it relates to white people. That's my truth. That's my truth. And it says, I never noticed that my memo creates a date. I said that on November 26th of 2001. That's when that inspiration was given to me. I got to start noticing there's a date there. I didn't know that. So I can know when these little gems come to me. I love that. You know, they're just going to multiply. So that's why Nat Turner was going through and killing them, men, women, and children in their damn bed where they slept at. The children and women weren't going to be spared because he was the men. You know what? I know what's going to happen is I'm trying to find something simple, but everything here is involved. And if I get into it, we're going to do another time that we don't really have. This is random. I've said this to you before, black people, you need to get life insurance policies. We don't do this as Muslims, but you're not Muslim anyway. So, but you need to get some life insurance policies. It's one of the ways to start generational wealth. You know, I had a friend of mine that I haven't seen in many years that I knew since like the 80s. But I knew at that time, one of my buddies, he used to take out life insurance policies on everybody in his family. I'm like, why are you trying to kill somebody? And I just never gave it any thought. And, but somewhere in my orbit, this came back to me in recent times. I just began to think, yeah, I need to tell my people to start getting life insurance policies. You know, take out the highest you could take out. So research the company that you get your life insurance policy from first to be sure they don't have no issues of paying out policies when it comes to black people. Go and do a search on their ass. See if they're hesitant to pay out policies. You understand? Go see the agent. Go and scrutinize them. Get shit in writing. Tell them, okay, I want this in writing that if X and X happens, you're going to pay X and X. Have that legally binding if you need to. Whatever you got to do to ensure you're going to get your money. But this is one of the ways that we need to start establishing generational wealth. You know, too many black people die and there's nothing left for the family at all. It's bad enough you lost the person, but then you don't even got money to bury them. When my grandmother passed away, oh man, alhamdulillah. When my grandmother passed away, do you understand I lost my apartment? I'm not going to cry today. I lost my apartment. I lost my apartment. I lost my apartment. Because I had to put that money towards her burial. And I was honored to do it, and I would do it again. But I lost my place to live. Do you understand? And of course, my grandmother didn't have a life insurance policy or anything like that because we were poor. And you know, when she did have something, it was always about giving it to us or doing something for us or something for someone, you know. And yeah. But you gotta have a life insurance policy, everybody. If that's the only way, we gotta do it by hook or by crook now. You know, we just gotta be over not having I don't want to go down this path because it's a long one, you know, but I'm just trying to say, I'll just say that, you know, get your life insurance policy, take out the highest premiums you can take out that you could afford for the highest payout, you know, a few million, a couple million, a million, whatever it is, take it out, you know, and pray if the person lives. But the fact of the matter is when the tears dry up, and they will eventually, at least you're going to have a coin. Excuse me. I need to organize these bullets because they're in no certain order. And man, let me just see who's here, read some more comments, and be out and get myself more organized for our next stream, everybody. But I do just want to tell you that this this subway thing was nonsense. It's a lie. That I guarantee you 100%. I think Miss Gen X, it's over even if they are still together for real. I totally agree with that. But I promise you, I seen that they were over, and I just was like, I already know that already. Because when I seen it, I'm like, why is she with him? Rihanna's a Pisces, and I don't think that really matters so much, but I just have not seen nothing but strength from this young woman since I've known who she was. She just seems very, like, what I say is what's going to happen. She's determined, you know. Plus, she's got that Caribbean flair too. Oh my God, she's unstoppable. I just thought, why is she with this cross-dressing rat? You know, but I'm also aware that a lot of you women, you just, I don't care how smart or brilliant you are, you just go weak over any penis that whispers to you. You got to stop that shit. I mean, I'm over it. Damn. Stop thinking about you and start thinking about your future children. Cheryl Jedi, add Gavin Long and Christopher Donner to that list with Micah Johnson. Yes. These dudes took on the executive arm of whites. May they rest in power. You're so right, Cheryl. That's a major receipt bomb you just dropped, my sister. I love you for that. Long live Micah Johnson, Gavin Long, and Christopher Donner. That's the damn truth. And anybody that is taken into this demon. Miss Matthews, there she is. How you doing? Shout out to you, Miss Matthews. Oh, Miss Matthews. Is that you send a heart to the family? Is that legal? I'm out of context. Then you're going to say to take out policies on people. You know, like think about it now. This would be a reason. Like I'm Muslim, I can't. But if I could, this would be a reason for me to contact all my family that I have nothing to do with and befriend them for about 5 minutes so I can take out a life insurance policy on their ass and be gone. So I get the call when they croak. You see. But I'm not materialistic, and I'm Muslim, and I can't take out an insurance policy. I don't own my life. Inna lillah wa inna alayhi raji'un. Do you understand? We belong to Allah, and it's to Him that we return. You don't own this. You borrowed this. This is why we don't do tattoos and piercings and things that mark the body or change it anyway forever. I can do henna. I've got some pictures where I had some henna tattoos done in Japanese writing. But you don't own this. This all belongs to Allah. All of it. All of it. D Little, Jedi, I know how you feel. I'm still paying on my mom's funeral right now. Wow. And she's passed away in 2020. I feel your pain, D Little. I do. I do. It's such a... And I probably would have been on Skid Row, even though I lost my apartment. It would have been even worse. Luckily, the dudes that owned the funeral home were two twins that I went to high school with. And they waived a lot of things. Man, subhanAllah. But it was tough, man. It was tough. And I remember one of my sisters who's now happily married. Her children are all grown out of the house and all of it. But at that time, she was dating different dudes. And she know all these dudes, but they can't give you no money. Like, we got to come up with all this money. Like, it was just, it just, we can't. And I'm sorry to hear about your mom also, D Little, because, I lost my mom when I was 6 months old. So anybody having their mother to, have her presence on the earth is always much respect. Miss Matthews, some psychics picked up on that with that New York City subway thing. Pardon, yes, I tend to watch a few of those videos on here. Miss Sam Joe was about to speak, then stopped herself. Her non-say was. You lost me on the last part, Miss Matthews. you know, I, as a Muslim also, and just as a person, you know, I guard against some of this psychic stuff and all that. I do believe in inspiration because I'm evidence of that. Like I can tell you about people I've never met. You can show me pictures of people I never met, and I can tell you about places I've never been, and it'd be 100% right. So there is clairvoyance. That's why I tell you guys I'm clairvoyant. I have a sixth sense, and I feel energy. I know this. I've known that. I don't know life not being like that, you know. But I think that there's also an offshoot of that that can be artificial and that don't. It's not an inspiration no more. It gets into the realm of sorcery and conjecture and things like that. It becomes something else. It's not of God anymore. You know what I mean? But I don't think you had to be a psychic to know that event just didn't happen, you know. And they deliberately marched this guy in front of the cameras past several other police vehicles to make sure that you see him on camera on what's supposed to be somebody just randomly filming, but you just brought him all the way to the spot. I mean, that's just one of a million things I've got, you know, before I can get into articles or anything like that. Like I really have wanted to go into an article and do a full taking down of that whole event, you know, but I just felt as time has gone on, people probably aren't interested. You know, D little, by the grace of the Almighty, the house is paid off. Allahu Akbar. Man, I took care of my mom until the end of her life. Allahu Akbar. And whether you know it or not, D little, that could be the very thing that gets you over the gate into paradise. Because Allah puts a very high premium on us that take care of our parents. That's I don't care what else, I don't know what you're doing or what you've done in your life, but that is the most honorable thing you have done or will ever do on your existence on earth. I said it. It is the truth. That is the most honorable thing you've done or will do. You should be very proud of that. Miss G&X, true American patriots. Jedi, whenever you see Cheryl, Jedi, whenever you see the initials whites, that mean I know. Oh, white supremacy. Well, I've been interchanging it, I think. I'm getting too real for PuteTube. They delete my comments if I write that entire word out. No, write it anyway. Write it anyway. Write it anyway. You know, because I just don't live in a space of fear in my life, and certainly not for fucking white people. You understand? I live to piss them off. I live to do that. If they're upset, I'm doing a jig. But definitely, they're not worthy of anything. They're definitely not worthy of your fear. You know. And you know, say what you need to say, bro. Delittle that part about family members and insurance policies. I don't know what all these emojis mean, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, everybody should do that. You know. And by the way, tell your family member, you're trifling. You don't have nothing to leave me, so this is why you need to let me take this insurance policy out on you. I'm not going to kill you. I would have killed you already. You know, whatever. Make it funny. But I'm just saying, like, I don't see anybody pushing back on that. You know, if somebody wanted to take out a life insurance policy on me, I don't really have a problem with that. I'll help you, you know, because then I'm giving you something after I'm gone. I'm fine with that. You know, I can't take out a life insurance policy. Can't do it. But I also don't live in an Islamic country. So maybe I should check with, research my information on that a little deeper. to see if there's any guidance on that, you know, because there's a lot of things that we're confronted with in this nation that you're just not confronted with in a Muslim country. You're just not. This is one of them, you know. Like, I live in California. We have a Muslim cemetery here where I live. It's the largest one in the country. So I don't see me living any place other than another, and some place where I'm assured that I'm not going to end up with the Christian folks and the unbelievers. That matters, everybody. You don't know. The Prophet said to his companions, if you knew what Allah allowed me here as I walked amongst the graves, you would never want to be there. Yet, we're told that we should visit the grave often to remind ourselves that you're going to be there. Walk amongst the graves. Walk amongst the graves while you still live. Walk amongst the graves. That's why I'm just over these people. I don't go to funerals. Really? Because you're going to be a funeral. Where am I at? Yeah, you should look at that immediately, everybody, because, you know, your time is not guaranteed, you know. And just like D. Little was saying, you know, they're still paying for his mother's funeral. So, if for nothing else, even if it's not for your own financial gain, just so that there will be money to take care of stuff. If somebody died in your family right now, are you prepared to pay for the expenses right now? Ask yourself that. That should be a motivator for you. That's Cheryl to D. Little. D. Little to Cheryl. I'm having to go back to bereavement counseling as a result of trying to deal with my mom's loss. Mother's Day is coming up May, and my mom passed away in June. Well, my aunt passed away in June also, the same year as my grandmother, who is the queen of my entire existence. But know this, you had your mother. You knew her scent. You knew how she walked. You knew how she sounded. I've sat at night in the dark crying. You know, like if I just walk past you right now, just you sitting in a chair and just walk past, that wind that go with me, if I could just get if I could just feel that. Because I never knew my mom. I didn't know my mother. I spent the first year of my life in the hospital. She died 6 months into my life. She was in the hospital practically on her deathbed when she gave birth to me, you know. So be grateful, you know, that you had, because there's some of us out here that have nothing at all. And you're never the same. You're never, I'm already a weirdo anyway, but I would just be, I don't know where I'd be without my grandmother. But I also am never going to be whole, because for anything I've ever done or achieved in my life or just anything, there's always that little voice. What would mom think? You know? And I hate to be ungrateful, because my grandmother did such a fantastic job and stepped in as the queen, you know, for all of us kids. So I'm grateful, because I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for my grandmother, you know. Like, I might be a statistic. I gotta get through these because it's after 4 and the next prayer comes up, I think, at 4:30. It's 4:30 something. I think it was 4:31 or something. Yeah, 431. Oops. So let me get through these. Yeah. My aunt, the anniversary of her death is always in June as well. Oh no. She died in May, but her her birthday was June 17th. I just only remember that because that's the same day I graduated high school. Last year when I graduated high school at age 17. Moving on. D Little, you going to say that is what I'm laughing about, putting out insurance policies on the people in the family that you can't stand. Ah, I'm so very sorry for your loss, Emperor. You know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and you know that's the answer to life is death, but it's also the most frustrating thing about life. You know, like, well, then why did I have to be born then? You know, like I'd rather have not even come to Earth, because I don't remember when I wasn't. You know, I don't know when I wasn't, and additionally, once I was on Earth, I didn't immediately know I was on Earth. You know, I always like when I talk to people and go, what's your first memory of being a person? Like, when did you know you were alive and on Earth? You know, I tend to ask people that, and you know, that's why I'm not here for these people talking about, especially to bring it back to our topic, especially these gay ass people talking about, I knew when I was 5, bitch. I don't know. I don't remember being 5. Like, I didn't know if I was alive at 5. Stop it already. You know, that's like, I can't. You know, and you know, you can witness brilliant 5-year-olds, and you know, they're very responsive and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean that they remember that. You know, you won't remember. So I don't know. I just don't remember. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know. They say you can't miss what you never had, and I think that's true in every situation except for your mother. Because the human being that I evolved and became is someone who's very I'm very emotional, but in part of that definition, I'm trying to state that my emotion is there for everything. You know, not like I'm emotional, I break down crying, which I do. I cry at everything, but I'm saying there's more to emotion than just crying. You know, I'm emotional, so energy feeds me and helps me understand my own vibration. So I don't know what I didn't get from my mother, you know? I don't know, but it's also the will of Allah, because my grandmother is the primary person that raised me and my siblings. And I look more like my grandmother than anybody else. So I'm deeply honored by that. That means everything to me. It's a high honor and a privilege. And, you know, my grandmother used to say I was looking more and more like my mother, you know? But she's my father's mother. She's not my mama. So she was saying I was looking more and more like my mother, and I was grateful for that, you know. But after I lost my grandmother, nobody had to tell me. I can look at pictures of myself. There's times I watch my work back and I go, wow, there's Graham. I see my grandmother, you know. I look like my siblings too, because they're all just as hideous looking as me, but there's no escaping that I'm related to them, sadly. Unless I'm going to have work done, I can't deny that I'm related to them. And one of my sisters, we look so much alike that I met some of her friends simply because I look like her, and same thing for her. They would ask her, aren't you his brother? Aren't you his sister? People that she didn't know. they saw her and she looked like me, so they wanted to know, is she my sister? And I would get the same thing. Aren't you Jamila's brother? I'm like, who are you? You know? Yeah. We do look so much alike, you know, and people used to call us Michael and Janet, even though we're not the closest in age. I don't know how many years between me and Jamila. All my siblings are older than me, except for my nephew's mother. But she's not from my mother. I'm the last child from my mother. Let us be very clear. And she's the only child from her mother. So, you know, but yeah. Anyways, so it's 4:17. I'm going to go, everybody, because I have to wash before prayer and all that. But today is Friday. Maybe tomorrow you should look for me. Potentially, because, you know, we're just at the end of Ramadan now. This month has flown past like that. So Ramadan is going to be, or it's going to be over in the next day or two. It's so sad, man. It's sad. I can't express this to you. This is almost like losing a parent or a family member or somebody that you love, because when you know what your journey is through life is, and the purpose and those things, everybody, you know that your time is borrowed. The value of Ramadan is so great that if you think that you may not get to see another one, it's sad, because you could be 19. There's no guarantee you're going to live. You're not going to be around. You're going to be around next year for the next Ramadan. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You know. And alas, I did have days during this Ramadan that I'm going to have to make up. Not that many, thankfully, but still, it's not the perfect Ramadan. You know, invariably something happens where there's days where you just get up late, and damn it, I got up too late. The worst thing during Ramadan is to wake up and you see light. I'm probably going to need to be held just on that statement alone. Like, somebody hold me. But, yeah, it's the worst feeling in the world. It's worse than being, like, I don't know what's worse than that. Other than maybe when you were in school and you had a field trip or something. In my case, it would have been a band trip, you know, a competition. And, you know, maybe the competition's happening on a weekend, which most of my competitions are on weekends. Yeah, our tournaments were on weekends, mostly. So, but let's say you're supposed to be at the school at the certain time to make sure you're there, like your uniform, your instrument, all your stuff you're taking, and all this. And you didn't wake up. Oh, it's the worst feeling in the entire world. There's nothing worse. There can't be anything worse than death. It's the worst thing. So I want to say I love you guys all. Especially I want to say shout out to my moderators. But I want to say shout out to all of those of you who have been with me. When I'm always saying, ask anybody's been with me. For those who've been with me, for those who've been. So to those of you who have been with me, oh man, you are my favorites. I love you the most, and you're the ones who understand me the most. You know, anybody that's new to me, all I can tell you is you have to just get into me. You know, but people that are here are people that respond to me. You know, in life, I don't like anybody around me that isn't into me on their own. Like, I don't want to have to, like, if you came to my house, it's not a good example because nobody comes to my house unannounced, you won't get in. But let's just say you could, which would never happen. But I'd rather do something on your own than I have to make you do something. I don't care who you are in life. you know. That's when you know it's real. And so that's why I'm using that screaming, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you subscribe, make sure you subscribe. Don't, before we get started, make sure you subscribe and all that. Because then invariably people in this country especially are the dumbest people on earth. And sometimes people just do stuff because they were told to do it. I'm not satisfied by that. I want people that follow me because they felt something from me. They got something out of it. They felt my energy, whatever. Yeah, I gotta subscribe to this dude. That's it. Anything that comes to you on its own will never leave you. It's what you go and seek that has the option to do so. That's the perfect line to end on. I still gotta read these other 2 comments I see. Otherwise, that would have been perfect to end on. Damn it. You just kind of know, like, now end. Frankie Cardona. I'm so glad I didn't go because I wouldn't have seen you. What's up, brother? Cheryl, that's to D Little. And then Cheryl, you say, enjoy the live stream. Peace out, King Jedi. And peace out to you, Queen, and to all of you. And I'm sure I'm going to watch this back now and hate it. I can't watch it back right now. I got to pray first. But at some point, I have to watch my stuff because, you know, like there's what you don't know. I'll tell you this real quick as I'm going. What you don't know, because I think I edited it out for this live stream that I did yesterday of that video of the miracle of the number 19 in the Quran. By the way, if you didn't see that video, everybody, you must go see that. If you listen, if you are trying to be inspired in life, you're on a journey through life, you're trying to make a connection, that's the type of shit for me you need to watch. Go and watch that. Damn it. But what I'm trying to say about it is because I think I edited it out for yesterday's presentation. But in the original video, I kept saying 144 surahs. 144, and I will say stuff with conviction and be completely wrong. It don't happen that often, but damn it, it happens. That's why I watch my stuff back. So if there is an error, I can come back and say, no, this is not, no, this is what it was. You understand? Because I don't want my people going away from me with anything other than what was the truth. And accurate. That's everything to me. It's everything. It's why I breathe. So I kept saying 144. There's 114 surahs in the Quran. Thank you very much. But for some reason, every time I was thinking that, but every time I'm going to say it, something else come out of my face. I'm a disaster area. Anyways. And then the last comment will go to, well, that's D Little to Cheryl. So I'm out, everybody. So hopefully we can all get a chance to reassemble here tomorrow. If it's the will of Allah. I sense I'm going to be able to be here. And then also, because it is the last few days of Ramadan, I'm not really looking forward to the Eid al-Fitr because I don't have anywhere to celebrate. And I told you about how our community is. So, you know, on Eid, I go for the prayers that we have on that day, that like the day after, like the last day you fast, you go the next day for the celebration, the prayers and all that. And I'm just not really feeling festive. So there's no need for me to really go, you know, except for the prayers, and that's it, and bring my bitch ass home. But alas, it's not tomorrow. So I sense that we're going to be able to be together tomorrow. I sense it. I sense it. And if so, I think I may go into my whole dissertation. I'll have my stuff more organized because I have a lot of stuff that I wanted to discuss, but I needed to hone in on something that would give me more range of discussion and topic and things like that. So I got another one in me. I got another one in me. So go about your day, your life, everybody. I hope, as always, that I've affected you in some way. You know, that you take something from me. That's my goal. I love you all. I love us. I love me. I love we. I'll see you soon. This is Jedi.